Hello everybody, my name is Maya Zahira, and today I would like to talk with you all about positive affirmations and why they don't work. So some of you who are watching this video have probably done positive affirmations. Positive affirmations are statements that you make over and over again in order to essentially reprogram your thinking to a more positive state of being. So usually you're going to choose an affirmation based on something that you've been struggling with. And so some of you may have worked with affirmations before. Some of you may have used affirmations like, I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful, or I am prosperous, I am prosperous, I am prosperous, or I am in perfect health, I am in perfect health. So let me tell you about why these affirmations usually don't work. So this is a little bit of a trick because they actually do work, but only if they're approached in a certain way. So normally when we do affirmations, as I mentioned, we're usually choosing an area that we're struggling with. So let's take, for example, someone is working with the affirmation, I am grateful. Maybe they're really struggling in their life. Maybe they're feeling really unhappy with a lot of things in their life. So they've decided that in order to reach for a higher level of happiness, they are going to work on helping themselves believe more fully that they're grateful for what they already have. But here's why it doesn't work. If they just repeat the affirmation, I am grateful, or write it on a sticky note and hang it up, I am grateful, or write it over and over and over again, I am grateful, it doesn't work because it doesn't work very deeply. It works like this much instead of this much. The reason why it doesn't work is because that affirmation is empty. There's no depth to it. It's just floating on air. There's nothing anchoring it. There's nothing filling it in. It's empty and it's also a lie. See, the purpose of positive affirmations is to help your conscious and your unconscious mind to develop new beliefs. But here's the thing, if you are using an affirmation that your conscious or unconscious mind does not believe, if it thinks that it's a lie, that affirmation is going to be rejected. Your unconscious mind, or even your conscious mind, every time you say, I am grateful, your mind is going to say, lie, big lie, and it's going to kick it out the door. It's not going to sink in at all. So back to that affirmation, I am grateful. So we said that affirmation is empty. There's nothing behind it. It's just words. It doesn't mean anything. And it's also a lie, because if you are struggling with feeling grateful, then you're not feeling grateful. So repeating it over and over again it feels like a lie. So your mind isn't going to believe it. So let's look at correcting those two things. The fact that the affirmation is empty and that it's a lie. So let's see how we can approach that affirmation, I am grateful, by correcting the fact that it's empty and the fact that it's a lie. So since that affirmation is empty and there's nothing behind it, let's fill it in. If you happen to want to work on this affirmation, I want you to grab a piece of paper right now and write down, I am grateful at the top. If there's a different affirmation that you'd like to work on that comes to mind, write that one instead. Then draw a line under that, like that's your heading, that's your title. And then underneath it, I want you to list all of the reasons why that statement at the top is true. Why are you grateful? Why? Don't make stuff up. Don't lie. only write down things that you really, really believe. Things that you really actually are grateful for. If you're not really grateful for it, don't write it down because it's a lie right now for you. Write down stuff that's true. So make a list of at least 5 things that you're grateful for. Or if you're working with a different affirmation, at least 5 things that support that affirmation. 5 reasons why it's true. Now, it's totally okay to pick things that are really small, like I am grateful that I am sitting in this chair. It can be anything, but it just has to be true. Has to be true. It can be really big things like I am so grateful that, and then list something tremendous that you survived through in your life. I'm so grateful that I made it through blah, blah, blah. I'm so grateful that I'm alive, that I'm breathing. Anything at all that you're grateful for, big or small, as long as it's true. If you're not sure if it's true, then it's not true yet. So wait, don't put it on the list yet. Okay, so now we've just filled it in. Now it's not empty anymore. Now that affirmation has real, true meaning. It really means something. It's not just empty words. So now when you say, I am grateful, you'll probably have some feelings of gratitude that come up. And when you speak an affirmation, it's going to be 1,000,000 times more powerful if you have emotions that back it up. So you have your affirmation that's not empty, but it's filled in with all sorts of juicy stuff. It's not a lie, it's all true. And you also, this extra part that we're adding in here, number 3, you have some emotion to back it up with. Okay, so I am grateful. Why? Let's work on the second affirmation. I picked some that are really, really common that I think a lot of people use, and I've been over to friends' houses before and I've seen these affirmations posted all over their bathroom windows, bathroom mirrors, and windows. So this next one is I am prosperous. So these are people who are working with prosperity consciousness. Maybe they feel like they don't have quite as much money as they need to pay their bills or to feel comfortable in their life. So they're working on bringing in more money. So their affirmation is, I am prosperous. Or I've seen people with affirmations that are really big, like I am a millionaire, or I now have $5 million. And those are all very admirable affirmations, but they didn't work. And here's why. Well, like I mentioned before, they worked like that much. But did any of those friends suddenly come into $5 million? None of my friends who used those affirmations had that happen to them. So let's work on that affirmation. Those of you who want to work on prosperity, grab your pen again and write down, I am prosperous, or some other wording of that affirmation that works for you. Now, right now, that affirmation is empty. There's no truth behind, there's no evidence behind it. There's no evidence. So write down some things that are true about why you are prosperous. And if your budget is super duper tight, you might not be feeling prosperous. So write down anything that's true. At least I have $5 in the bank. At least I'm not negative in my account, right? Write down anything that's true. anything that's true. Because here's the thing, you have to start somewhere. If you start off, if you really truly only have $5 in your bank account right now, and you start off saying, I have $5 million, the reason why that rarely works, the reason why that rarely brings you $5 million is because it's too far of a vibrational stretch. Imagine the rungs of a ladder. So here you are at $5. Whew, that's kind of scary place to be. And $5 million is way up beyond the camera, way up here on this really high rung, and it's too far. So the goal is to get yourself to the next rung, the next better feeling place, and then the next, and then the next, and then the next, and then the next. So I am prosperous. What are some areas of your life that are going well? You can say, I paid this or that bill this month. So I'm giving suggestions for people who are in really dire financial situation. So you can, there's people who are watching this who are in all different situations. So those of you who have money that's super duper tight, you can at least write down, all my utilities are still on. Or maybe not all of them are on. Maybe you're grateful that your electricity is still on, that you still have heat. Okay, those of you who are middle range prosperity, you can say, I'm so grateful that I have a car that's dependable. So money, prosperity isn't just money, but it's about all of your basic needs being met. I'm so grateful that I can afford to go out to eat twice a month. So it's all the things that you can do with the money, all the things that make that statement, I am prosperous, feel true for you. Also think in terms of abundance. What makes your life feel abundant and like there's a flow of prosperous energy? What's flowing? Make a list. And remember, don't write down anything that's a lie. If you really don't believe it, save it. It might be true for you in a couple of months, but it's not true now. And then as you go through and work with all of those reasons why you're prosperous, you'll start to feel more prosperous. Now, on the contrary, if you are focusing all about this bill, this huge bill that I have to pay off, and this expense and that expense, you're not going to be feeling very prosperous. So the goal here is to work on focusing on all those things where you, all those areas where you are prosperous. All those areas where you are. Once you work with those reasons, then you'll start to feel those emotions come up. Feeling grateful, feeling happy, feeling joyful that you have these blessings, these prosperous blessings in your life, even if they're really small. I actually watched a video of, I don't remember where they were living, but this man was living in this like metal hut with 3 walls and had a family, and he had kids and a wife, and he was so grateful, and he felt truly prosperous. And so it's all in your mentality. Once you can get into a state of feeling more prosperous, then that allows more flow of prosperity to come to you. Let's look at the final affirmation that we're going to work on today, and that is, I am in perfect health. So there's a couple issues with this affirmation. First, it's still empty. There's no evidence behind it. And it is a lie, because it's never true that you are in perfect, absolute perfect health. Now, some of you might not be happy with me saying that, but we want to be really careful that we are using an affirmation that really is true. So it feels like we're using fluffy, rainbow, flowery language, fluffy bunny language when we say I am in perfect health. We want to say something that's more true. So let's say you've had health challenges. I know several of you have had major health challenges lately. So instead of saying I am in perfect health, something that might be really more authentic and more true might be I am becoming more and more healthy every day. Or my body is coming into alignment more and more every day. So what's true is that you're in process. You're getting healthier. That's believable. So using words but like absolute or perfect, that's kind of sticky because it can be a lie. Those of you who are in pretty good health and are not going through major health crises, health challenges, then maybe using the word excellent. I am in excellent health. Because let's face it, we always have ups and downs happening in our body. So I would avoid the word perfect, just me personally. So since this affirmation is still empty, let's fill it in, grab a pen, and write down the reasons why you are in good health, excellent health, or the reasons why your health is improving more and more every day. You can even focus on the areas of your health and your body that have been challenges. My heart is getting stronger. I'm getting more strength. It's getting healthier. Whatever part of your body you've been having an issue with. And if you don't feel like your health is improving right now, let's say you are in, our body goes in cycles, the world goes in cycles, our life goes in cycles. So maybe you are going in a cycle with some health challenges going down. So in that case, focus on all of the things that are going right. All the things that are going right. And don't lie about anything that's not going well. That's not healthy right now. Just tell the truth. So what you want to avoid is making fear statements about any issues that you have going on when you're doing affirmations. So focus on the positive. This is a good time to make a little side note, and it's that most of you who know me fairly well know that I have a real aversion to over positivity, pretending to be positive all the time. Because what that does is it makes the negative even bigger. So if you are having challenges with your health or with any other area of your life, take time to process your emotions, talk to someone, talk to a therapist, talk to a friend, process, get angry, get sad, cry, do all of that you need to do, but create a container for that, a certain time frame, so that you can process and then set it aside and then focus on moving into a better space instead of staying stuck. So there's a balance. We work on positive affirmations to get us to a better place, but also over here, our video isn't really about processing negative emotions today, but don't forget to do that. That's important. So if you're having health challenges, then be real, let your emotions flow, and then come back over here when you're ready. Work on positive affirmations, and that's true with any aspects of your life that you're working on. So once you make your list of all of the reasons why you're in perfect health, let me correct that. All the reasons why you are in excellent health, all the reasons why your health is improving, all the reasons why your body is getting healthier every day. once you make that list of reasons why that affirmation is true, you'll start to feel emotions of gratitude and joy and recognition that, hey, you know, more things are going well than I thought. And the more that you can focus on those positive things, the more that you are going to climb up that ladder to the next better spot rung on the ladder, and the next better feeling rung, and the next better feeling rung. So the point is, don't stay stuck down here. Use those affirmations and positive practices to help you reach up, and just make sure that the affirmations that you're using are not empty, that they are filled with truth, real reasons why they are true. Make sure that those affirmations are not a lie, that they really are authentically true for you. And then make sure that those affirmations have some emotion behind them, so that you can use those positive emotions to help push you up to that next better feeling spot. So before we end, let's take a couple of minutes to talk about common ways that people use affirmations. People will often write their one statement. You don't have to write your whole list of reasons of proof why that affirmation is correct, but you can just write the one umbrella statement on a sticky note and hang it on your bathroom mirror, or hang it in at your desk or some other place that you walk by or stand in front of often, so that you see it often. Don't leave it there for too long. Don't leave it there for weeks and weeks and weeks, because you'll start to ignore it. So move it to a different spot. That's my recommendation. And you can also use your affirmations in writing. You can open up a journal or a notebook and write that affirmation over and over again. But remember, don't just do empty writing. Don't write while you're watching a movie or not paying attention. When you're writing that umbrella statement, like I am grateful, think about all the reasons why you're grateful. Let those grateful emotions flow as you're writing it over and over and over again. So you're using multiple ways to shift you. You're using writing, and you're using thought, and you're using emotion. So it's a triple whammy to bring you to a better spot. Another way that you can use affirmations that a lot of people don't think about is through artwork. So you can take colored pencils, markers, crayons, whatever, and write your statement, and then write it a whole bunch of times in like spirals and swirls, and a whole bunch of sentences over and over again. You could use, I made a suggestion today to a client to print off a mandala from the internet or from a book, and write your affirmation all the way around that, over and over and over again, around the circle. And then as you're coloring in your mandala design, you focus your thoughts, focus your feelings, focus your energy on all the reasons, all the evidence, all the truth behind why that affirmation is true. And then hang that mandala on the wall and do an open eye meditation. So just sit with your eyes open, allow your gaze to soften, and eventually your vision will blur, and you can just breathe and slowly repeat your affirmation, and allow the energetics of that yantra. It's a visual mantra. Allow the energetics of that mantra to shift you on an energetic level. All right, so we went over a lot of information. This was a 25-minute video. I hope that you find all of this information really useful, and I invite you to make comments wherever you're watching this video, whether it's Facebook or my website or YouTube. I truly invite you to make any comments, any thoughts about anything that I talked about, or anything that's worked for you. Any suggestions that I didn't go over, please share them so that everyone else can benefit. If you are interested in learning more about my services with energy healing and with Reiki and energy healing classes, I invite you to visit my website, which is, grab your pen, www.mayazahira.com, and it's my name, MAYAZAHIRA.com. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Mwah. Love you.